Follow me. I don't know. All right. Let's do the thing. Charlie Morton on the mound. This is going to be good.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. We bring you Wednesday Night Baseball on the show. It's the Minnesota Twins taking on the Baltimore Orioles.
The Braves have won 9 straight. Chris Bassett had a good game. Kerry Carpenter's streak is still 22 games. Spencer Torkelson's doing well. Logan Gilbert. Okay.
Big storyline in this one is the recent struggles of today's starter. Just hasn't seemed to be able
Let's
to
talk
find
about
his
the fact
rhythm.
that Charlie Morton needs to turn things around.
We've seen his frustration building every time he leaves one up in the zone. Can't overthink it. Needs to just trust his instincts and let it fly out there.
How's everybody doing?
First pitch coming your way next.
We're going to do a thing called pounding the strike zone.
Just about set to go. And our pitcher tonight, Charlie Morton. But Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Ready to go now. And now it's the switch-hitting second baseman, Willie Castro.
Here's what you're talking about, Willie Castro.
A little bit low, and we're underway. So 2 balls and no strikes. Hit in the air out to center field. Mullins settles under it. Nabs it.
It's a nice fly out to Cedric Mullins.
Constructed by Rocco Baldelli. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Trevor Larnach.
This guy had an on-base percentage of over 400 last month. That's just telling
Trevor
you.
Larnach, despite hitting 8th,
getting his knocks, he's
is hitting 311.
Just going really well for him right now. But don't
of
overlook
late.
the fact that that happens because he's having consistently good at bats.
Carlos Correa stands in now and watches strike one. 1 out, base is empty. That one in the dirt, and that's ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings through it for the K. Went back to the slurve, and it was the right choice. 2 down, base is empty. Here's Royce Lewis. Fourth right now.
Royce Lewis got to be a little more on the careful side.
Swings through that one. 0-1. Morton, more than 100 career wins on the mound. He joined the team as a free agent. Now the 0-1. Check swing, called strike. 2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a ground ball and foul ball.
Got him 0-2.
2 outs. Chases the changeup in the dirt.
Throw the ball, please.
Rutschman collects, fires to first.
I hate when the catcher takes his good sweet time.
On the strikeout. No score as we head to the bottom of the first.
A strong first inning for Charlie Morton.
Back now at Oriole Park. And on the hill today, Bailey Ober. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Well, he's putting together a really nice season on the mound. ERA in the low 3s. Very respectable when you consider guys are looking to do damage. They're not trying to just walk and hit singles.
Here's Jackson Holiday.
Walks and score runs. So when you have a guy that can limit the other team from scoring more than a few runs, that's really tough to beat game in and game out.
Next pitch is outside. And the count is 1-1. Next offering is fouled back. Outside low. 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And there's one away. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. Needless to say, this is an aggressive lineup. They've drawn fewer walks than any other team in the league.
I didn't walk very much,
Jackson
but I'll tell you
Holiday.
what, it drives me a little crazy to see it. I mean,
2-time All-Star. If he becomes a 3-time All-Star, it won't be in 2025.
To be made up of players who come to the
At least not in real
they
life.
Don't have a plan. They come unglued right away. You've got to make that pitcher work a little bit more. It's not like you're going to get a steady diet of meatballs all game long.
Hacktastic might be the way to describe it. And makes the grab. And there are 2 down.
Batting third, the shortstop.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. Henderson with another scorching run of play lately. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
We've gotten used to seeing him put together impressive stretches throughout his career, Boog. When he's going like he is right now, it's really fun to watch him.
Two down, nobody on. Breaking ball misses down and away. The shortstop takes the ball. Battling here as he fouls it away. That one.
How are you, sir?
3-2 now.
Hey, your favorite team, the Twins. Didn't you once tell me if you weren't a Cubs fan, you'd be a Twins fan?
And good work there as he gets a 1-2. New inning getting started. Here's Byron Buxton.
Center fielder, Byron Buxton.
Morton back to work. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. Talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Next offering way off the plate. Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers
That brings up
utilize
an
the
interesting
top part of
question.
the strike
If you
zone. We
weren't
see
a
lot
fan
more
of your
that in today's
current
game
favorite
with pitchers
team,
going up
who
there
would
with
you be a
hard
fan
stuff.
of?
Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
Batting fifth, right fielder, Matt Wallner.
Matt Wallner, the next Twin up to hit. The American League leader in batting average this
You know, what'd be kind of funny is if they did, if you did get fired in your Pirates franchise, Amos, and the Twins offered you a job.
Who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the
It's like,
latter.
you couldn't
because
beat us,
pitcher's
so
gotta
come join
pitch
us.
to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strength. So you're aware of it, but you have to
That's a strike.
just hunt for what you can handle.
2-1.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go.
Okay.
Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field.
Nice catch by Laureano.
And there's one down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's
Batting
ready to deal the
sixth,
next pitch.
catcher, Ryan
Jeffers at the plate. No hits in the shutout yesterday afternoon. Right through there for a strike. That's too low. And it's 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that
Come
skips
on.
in the dirt.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory.
Runner.
Buxton on the run. That's in for a strike.
He got him.
That goes to show you
What a
skill
tag
is
by Jackson Holiday.
and far from a sure thing, even with big-time speed. It's not easy to catch him, but that was a great catch and throw. Quick.
Just got that tag in.
Second inning here, no score. Caught him. Look.
Flips the corner.
Twins retired in short order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score.
Old Charlie Morton is looking like old Charlie Morton.
Back here in Baltimore.
But the good old Charlie Morton.
Ryan
Leading
O'Hearn.
hitter, Ryan O'Hearn.
Swing and a miss. There's the changeup.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
That
That's a
misses.
ball.
And a count even 1-1. Now one
Ball 2.
missed.
Oh,
Fly ball center field. Buxton
Didn't get all of
goes
it.
under it.
flies out to
Catch for
Buxton.
the out.
Batting fifth,
What the opinions of baseball fans? Has Byron Buxton lived up to the hype of the #1 pick and all that was said about him?
Spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
That clips the zone, and the count is 0-2. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a
What I
little
was
more
saying, I don't know if you heard me, was it would be funny if you did get fired in your Pirates franchise and the Twins offered you a job
Game,
and was like, well, you couldn't beat us, so come join us.
in center field.
off the mark there.
2 balls,
Ball
2
2.
strikes.
What you get for food?
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch
I got a
to
sub
get.
from my favorite sub
Much
shop, but
easier to
unfortunately
do
they
these, but
screwed
you
up
get
my
some
order.
mistakes. But that's not what that pitch was.
And now it's filled up.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot.
Oh,
the
come
ball
on, that
the
would be
other way,
funny.
But that time, a little anxious.
Now, Kobe Mayo.
Understand, I never want to see you play so poorly that you do get fired in franchise. I just think, considering that's something that you've never had to go through, getting fired from one team and then basically starting with another, would make for an interesting storyline within your franchise, especially with how good you are at telling your stories.
The throw comes in too late, and they don't get the out.
Nice.
Runner at first with 2 away. Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. No hits over his last 5 games.
In the dirt.
0-1.
I do think, generally speaking, and I'm talking about myself, you, any other streamer I watch, regardless of whether they're playing baseball,
And he swings over the top there.
football, whatever, I think it's more compelling when
Got him.
the streamer is struggling with the team than when they're
One out for the
successful.
Orioles will move to the third with no score.
Because it gets,
And we're
I don't want to
back.
use the word
All set for
boring,
the
but it
start
gets
of the inning.
predictable when,
Jonah Bride.
you know, this streamer, this person's built such a power team. There's no way they're not going to win the championship.
And the
Ball
first
one.
pitch misses for ball 1.
1-0.
Plus, like you said, you don't normally have GM firing on.
Fastball
No,
is outside.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent
Three ball.
games.
No
And that's
strike.
in the dirt. And there's the automatic.
Like, for example,
That one misses.
Mr. Hurricane with his Marlins, I found his last few episodes a lot less compelling because
Swinging a foul out of play.
he's playing good with the team now. It's like, I know it's going to ultimately end up happening here.
And there's a foul ball. In the air to left down the line. Laureano sizes this one up. Puts it away for the out.
Batting ninth, the designated hitter,
And now for the
Harrison Bader.
Twins, Harrison Bader. That pitch gets the inside corner. That's strike 1. In the dirt.
Yeah.
Morton ready to fire now.
I just, for whatever reason,
Over to second for 1.
I wouldn't mind doing my franchises like most other streamers, content creators do, like yourself, where you play a handful of games a season. I just can't bring myself to simulate games. Nicely turned double play.
And welcome back to the
Leading off
ballpark.
for the Orioles.
This is turning into a typical Oriole game. When the pitcher pitches well, we can't get any run support.
Right through there for a strike.
You know, these Orioles definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a
Oh, the
little over-aggressive. The numbers tell us
The trade logic system in this game is completely busted.
90% of the time, and that's an extremely high number, especially when you're not getting results, Booth.
Got him.
And here's the thing.
Get 4 strikeouts for
The-
him on the bump today.
I highly doubt at 20-something years old, 23 years old, the Rangers would ever make
And misses.
Evan Carter available in a trade.
Strike.
One down, base is empty.
Cedric Mullins, Apo Taco into the Orioles bullpen. Keep in mind, he has been talked about in trade talks, both in real life and in this franchise.
Crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Booth. We knew it wasn't coming back.
And all of a sudden, Charlie Morton has a 1-0 lead to work with.
It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. The slight opposite field into the gap, man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
So back to the top of the Orioles lineup. So next to hit for Baltimore.
I unfortunately don't think...
And first offering is fouled off.
I don't think Cedric's going to be around much longer with the Orioles. I do think if they trade off some pieces, he's going to be one of the ones to go.
Just missed.
I mean, the Orioles are playing so much better.
Popped up. Correa. Squeezes it. 2 away now.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Adley Rutschman.
That's going back.
Wave it bye-bye into the bleachers in center field.
That'll fire up the dugout.
By the way, if you do decide to try my sliders, I do recommend in the video to use the same camera angles. That's not a requirement, because I know you would never try hitting from the broadcast camera.
When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you
Even though I think if people could get past the fact that they're going to struggle for about probably 5 to 15 games,
So 2 down, and now here is.
I don't think anybody would ever go back to hitting
Late swing
from a behind the plate camera.
Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in the last half of the third. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Lewis makes the catch, inning over. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Back after this on the show.
With the Orioles so far this year in real life, every time I start to think, I mean, they're playing a lot better in general, but every time I start to think maybe they're turning the corner, then they go out and nearly get no hit today.
Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Okay, here goes the rubber band.
Here's Carlos Correa. He's 0 for 1.
Correa.
1-0.
In the dirt, but kept close. And the 1-0. There goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike.
Got him.
Gosh, that's just a terrible jump right there on first.
Way Castro.
And it wasn't even a great throw, but it still allowed him to slap the tag on him just in time. Boogie looked like it was you running or something.
No, I use your lines often.
You've got to be willing to shut it down and get back to first.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Sometimes when I throw a bad pitch, I say I pulled an Amos.
Let's go, Orioles. Orioles, you can do it. Come on.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. That takes care of Correa.
Now batting, third baseman, Royce Lewis.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the third baseman, Royce Lewis. He's 0 for 1.
By the way, how's the audio sound? Am I coming through clear and good? And
Gets the call. Strike 1.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there and have a real quick
rolls
inning, get those
Royce
bats back into the
Lewis.
dugout so those bats can stay hot.
In the dirt, and 1-1. Slice down the right side.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
I almost put that. I almost put that in the title one time.
2 outs.
Matter of fact, it was one of Charlie Morton's starts when he had a real bad start. I almost put Charlie Morton pulled an Amos against the Twins. Watch this video to find out what that means.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Orioles 2 and the Twins nothing.
And of course, I always have you promoted in my descriptions.
Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn checks his swing. Appeal down to third, and he held up.
See, here's the thing. You, because you always choose lower end teams, mid-level teams, you need to adjust your expectations, even though you're in, what, year 3, 4, 5? The goal can't always be a World Series. Because here's the thing. If you look at the Pirates in real life, and you look at what you've done with them the last, all the years you've had them in the franchise, you've turned them into a perennial winner. If you ended your Pirates series tomorrow, you've had a successful run with the team because you did turn the fortunes of the franchise around. Now, if you chose a team like the Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers, even your Cubs, and you never made a World Series or won a World Series, then yes, you say, okay, I failed in my duties.
Kobe Mayo will hit next. Reached on an infield single his first time.
I can't believe I made it third there.
And misses, and it's 0-1. 0-1. Westberg takes his lead at third with 1 away. On the ground.
I just feel bad because of how late you start your streams. I can almost never finish them anymore.
It's so important to really lock in on an at bat like this. It seems easy with the infield back, but you've got to make sure you put the ball in play.
Or I come in for on Mondays, I'll be coming in for the middle of the tail end of the stream because I'll be at work when you start.
Buxton makes the grab, and that is that. So it's 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and no one left. On to the top of the 5th we go.
I really do. I'll say this. I really do, and I've asked you this. I really do want you to be the Orioles one year because of the way you do your franchise versus mine. I would love to see what you do in a year 3, 4, 5 with an Enrique Bradfield, with a Chase McDermott, a Samuel Basallo, because, well, I mean, the furthest I've ever gotten into a franchise is season 2.
Swing and a miss. As he was out front that time.
And part of me knows if I want to get more views on streams and more views on videos, I need to adjust my play style with the franchise and not play every game and be a little bit more like most other content creators out there when it comes to franchise stuff.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
I keep telling you, this is 2 franchises in a row. I wanted you to, wanted you to take Bradfield in the Rule 5. There are people, and I'm not talking about just people in Baltimore. There are people that are saying he could be up in the major leagues right now and be the best defensive center fielder in baseball. That's why it killed me that you took Flavor of the Month Simpson over Bradfield.
Well, he did a
And yes, I truly do believe he's a Flavor of the Month because, look, he's already back in the minors.
That's the only way you can hit it hard the other
And
way
we're not
is
even going to
serve
talk
on
about
the
what
outside
Buxton
corner.
just did to me.
He gets rewarded for it.
399. Haha, you missed the flag court.
Matt Wallner, the next twin up to hit. Fly to left his first time.
So you just got to delete it. You give up
That's
that lead
and that's another reason why in real life I'm okay with them trading Cedric, because
And that one pulled foul.
if not this year after we trade Cedric, then next year Bradfield is probably
Run in, and we're at the top of the fifth.
our starting center fielder.
In the air, left field, down the line. Laureano pulls it down, one down. Ryan Jeffers, the next twin up to hit. He was a strikeout victim.
So yes, next year my vote for you to do an American League team would either be please be the Orioles, or if not the Orioles, the Seattle Mariners. Give the Seattle Mariners their first title. You'd have the best starting pitching staff I think you'd ever have starting a franchise.
Fought off foul.
Are you still possibly thinking about this being your final year streaming?
That one fouled off, 2-2. And that skips in the dirt.
I think you should keep going with streaming, doing the franchise, because I mean, you have a really cool dynamic that I would love to think about. A couple years, Leo gets into video games. You could have a 2-team franchise. Be doing a franchise with
Up to hit. Worked a walk at his first trip to the plate.
Leo. You each have a team.
Pitch in the dirt. 1-0.
You know how cool it would be to be sitting there watching him with an American League team, you with a National League team, or vice versa, and the two of you playing each other in a World Series on stream.
No, that's a ball.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
That's ball
That's a
four.
ball.
Tried
Take your
another
base.
fastball, but missed the spot.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate.
67 pitches.
Just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
And that one fouled off. Right. The runner at first with 2 gone. Pitch
Ball
misses
one.
there. Ball 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Knowing you, if you and Leo ever did do that, you'd have some franchise rule that you and Leo couldn't trade with each other.
Ball.
You'd say it would be unfair.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter.
Here comes the rubber band, rubber band.
First and second, 2 outs. Bader getting ready to hit. 0 for 1.
I'd love for you to get this final out in the 5th so you can qualify for the win.
Right side, Holiday. They take the fourth
And the
down.
mound visit does the trick.
Twins get 1 on this homer. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show.
Does he really do it? He doesn't do that in real life, does he? Does he really do a tugboat pool in real life? Or a train pool? There you see, 7-3 in my last 10.
And first offering is fouled off.
Scott Blewett. Give me Blewett. Hopefully he doesn't blow it for me. Blow it, blow it, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the pitch is outside, ball 1.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up.
I can't for the life of me figure out why nobody's really watching the videos, though.
That misses, and the count is even 2-2. Heading down the line.
Good play,
And that's a foul ball.
yeah.
The pitch. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Line drive, and that's base hit out into left center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Nice hit for Laureano.
Now batting
Cedric Mullins, the
center
next to
fielder,
hit for the
Look for a
Orioles.
big
He's
Cedric
already
Mullins.
homered in this game.
Steady.
Mullins.
Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Runner at first with no outs here. And a foul ball. Wild pitch. Catcher gets a piece.
Okay, ball gets away from the catcher. It's basically a swing, bunt,
A man in
strikeout.
scoring position.
Now batting
Here comes the
second
manager out of the
baseman,
Twins dugout, and he will make a move to the pen.
Holiday. Now pitching
Rock
for
Stewart
Minnesota.
on to pitch out of the pen here.
Number
Left-handed
61.
batter at the plate, and he's been excellent. in
Over
those
6 in the
matchups
series.
this
He had
year. So
his
this seems like a calculated move.
14-game hitting streak snapped last
Holiday
game.
on the box now as he leaves that one up high. One out, and a runner at second, and Laureano in scoring position. That one ripped, but foul.
If I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
And the next pitch is way outside.
Are you streaming tonight, Amos?
Sliced hard, but foul.
Because, you know, I think it's possible for you to get more views than the NBA Finals.
That's off the inside corner. And that's ball 3. Runner at second here, one gone. Fights it off, you'll see another.
You would hope you get more views than the NBA Finals? Me too. I hope she's doing okay.
Swung on, belted.
That's
Back.
a home run for Jackson Holiday. 5-1.
Circles the bases. It's 5-1. He kept swinging, and it paid off. Well,
I just figured maybe you were having buyer's remorse over some of your free agents or some of the moves you didn't make, and you were thinking about redoing the offseason and blowing up the team. And
Always scary for a pitcher when a guy can take a fastball down the middle and hit it to the opposite field. No
first batter Brock Stewart faces.
that time, that ball.
So 5 runs on 3 home runs for the Orioles.
Away. Here's Adley Rutschman. He's already homered here in this one. Swing and a pop up in foul ground. And there are 2 outs.
Now batting
2 outs,
the
base is empty.
shortstop,
And now the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
Henderson.
Bye-bye birdie.
Right field, way back, and gone.
Make that 6-1.
Second home run of the inning for him. It's 6-1. That's their 4th
What are
home run
runs?
of the game.
They can't
Things
stop
you didn't have
hitting.
enough of in Game 7.
Home runs in this one, Boo.
I'm
They're
sorry, that was me.
feeding off of each other at the dip.
Wah, wah, wah.
guy's got a real hard fastball. You can't overswing. All you've got to do is get the bat.
Look at it this way. The Twins are known for playing well in Game 7. The Jack Morris game was one of the best games in MLB playoff history. That was a Game 7.
First offering misses badly for ball one.
I got the power.
Gets him to chase after that one.
What a Simeon Woods Richardson.
Simeon Woods Richardson.
I would hate to have to write Woods Richardson as my last name all the time. You know, you get 400 points on the SATs for spelling your name right. Now, I can't tell you how many people probably spell it wrong.
Inning number 5. That's a ball. Went with the sweeper.
Amos, feel free to throw your link to your channel up there in the chat.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And this is now a 6-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show.
Now pitching.
We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Scott Blewett.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Castro in now.
Scott Blewett.
One off the plate.
Hopefully he doesn't blow it.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Nice grab on the run. One away.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Correa stands in.
Those are the kind of calls, as you say, you never get. When it's just off the strike zone, you never get a call for a swing.
He swings and fouls one off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try
Come on,
to go
blow
get
it.
the fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
The shortstop takes the ball. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. That missed by a lot. 2-2.
Come on, blew it.
Line drive. Calls it in for the out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you
Oh,
really
Lord.
get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Ball one there.
Come on,
As
blew
good as
it.
things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense.
Oh, this pitch rides in too far. That got him.
Oh, the plate,
For
man.
Minnesota, Byron Buxton. Outside low, and it's 1-0.
Ball.
That one misses. That's 5 straight.
Let's go, blow it, blow it.
So now
Take
2
your base.
on
Ball 4.
and 2 outs.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Walker
No, that's outside.
stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Just missed.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to
Ball
be
3.
aggressive on this next pitch.
2 on, 2 outs.
He did so good getting the first 2
All
outs.
loaded up.
Take your base.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Jeffers
Ball, no.
stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line.
Oriana runs it down.
And that is that. They leave them loaded. We go to the bottom half of
Blewett
inning
gets out of a
number 6.
jam.
5, 6, 7 slots.
The Orioles still up by 5.
Back here in Baltimore. Well, we go bottom 6. Here's the third baseman, Jordan Westberg. There's a strike. Minnesota's bullpen with some action. Michael Tonkin getting loose out there. Ripped, but it curls foul.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
Let's go, Orioles. 1-2.
Cut on and lifted in the air. He makes the grab, and there's one down. Kobe Mayo, the next to hit.
Kobe Mayo.
Kobe Mayo.
I'm a little bit surprised Brock Stewart is still in this game.
Slinging it to first in time. 2 down, base is empty. Colton Cowser digs in now.
All right, let's go.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Larnach snags it on the run. We go to the top of the 7th, and now for the Twins, Jonah Bride.
Jonah Bride.
On the corner for a strike. It's 0-1. That one pushed foul. Here's the 0-2.
Ball. 1 ball. 2 strikes.
And downstairs. And that one is lifted in the air. That gets down for a hit. And a good start to the inning.
Bride.
Now here is Trevor Larnach. Now the Orioles manager is out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Scott Blewett won't go any further. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
So
the
they turn to the
Orioles.
lefty in this spot, Keegan Aiken.
Number 45.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year.
Aiken.
Typically at least 1 an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
How is that not a strike? It clipped the strike zone.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
He was all over that one. Smashed that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play. And maybe they've got something going here, trying to get back into this one.
First and second, no outs. Here in the top half of inning number 7.
Pops him up.
Henderson makes the grab, 1 away. This is Willie Castro, 1 for 3. Yeah, big swing and a miss. Right, the lead runner out at second. Larnach over at first with 1 away. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. He's there. He's got it. And there's 2 down. Well, now here's Carlos Correa with a chance to hit. That one misses. And that's ball 1.
Ooh.
Swing and a ground ball. And foul.
This would be a good opportunity for the Twins to get back in this game, but Keegan Aiken has been tough this year. As you see, 2.11 ERA, just over a strikeout per inning.
Popped in the air, left field. Right there is Laureano. Makes the catch, and that is that. Twins strand a pair. They trail it 6-1.
Now pitching for
We're back in a
Minnesota.
new pitcher here to start the bottom
Number
of the 7th.
48.
Justin Topa.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Laureano.
In the air, out
Cole
towards right
Sands.
Walner under it. Makes the grab, and there's one down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Now here is Cedric Mullins.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Let's go.
And that one fouled off.
6-1 Orioles.
Topa, the tall righty, 200 pounds, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. And they'll do it again.
Hopa.
Foul ball still 0-2. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. 2 away. Now it's the second baseman,
Jackson Holiday had a 2-run homer in his last at bat.
Holiday.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Way
1-1.
inside, gets out of the way. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. You're at the bottom of the 7th. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Minecraft. Wonder how that. I never got into Minecraft.
There's a swing and a drive.
Jackson Holiday is second home run of the game. One from each.
He's done it again.
One to right field, one to left field.
The game, and they add to their lead. It's 7-1.
Number 6 on the year for Jackson.
And it might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth.
Makes it 7-1 Orioles.
Get as many high fives as possible, man. This guy's a ball of energy right now, and having the game of his
That was a
life.
line drive shot.
Base is empty with 2 away. Adley Rutschman, the next to hit for the Orioles. And first offering is fouled off. Chopper right side.
I think that's 4 home runs now this game.
Throws to first in time. Rutschman retired. Inning over. Solo homer.
2 from
brings it
Holiday, 1 from
Baltimore.
Cedric,
And the lead is stretched to 7-1. You're watching
and
Major
1 from
League
Adley.
Baseball exclusively on the show.
Oh, 5. 1 from Gunner.
Welcome back as
Leading
we
off
take
for
a look at their
Minnesota,
upcoming
third
schedule.
baseman, Royce Lewis.
Aiken back to work. Fastball is
1-0.
outside.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
Slings to first, and that's 1 away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Now back.
So now it's the
center
4-hole
fielder,
hitter,
Byron
Byron
Buxton.
Buxton. First
Ball
pitch just misses. Fouled off left side.
Come on,
Moving on
Aiken.
that fastball, I'm sure the pitcher taking a
Aiken
note.
for some bacon.
Speed pitch on this next one.
Next
Ball 2.
offering is downstairs. And there's a ball. And that one clips the corner.
Full count.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball 4.
One in the box now. No balls and a strike. Buxton over at first with 1 away.
No,
Just
outside.
missed. comes up empty. That's strike two.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Matt Wallner.
2-2.
And it remains 2-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Next offering upstairs. Swings
Got him.
and it's a strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. And here's the catcher, Ryan. Here comes the skipper, and
We're going to get this.
Now pitching for the Orioles. Number 78.
First pitch misses.
No.
Swing and a miss.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
And this one
And
looks like
Yenier
trouble.
Cano.
Buxton headed for third. Coming home. He will score.
Gives up the inherited run. It is 7-2 Orioles.
Driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
There's a line drive to left field. Reaches but can't haul it in. The run comes in.
Mullins can't get there. It is 7-3 Orioles.
Single. It's 7-3. Larnick, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike one. The Twins down by 4, and we're at the top of the 8th. Check swing, called strike. Hot shot to third. They get the force, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Orioles 7 and the Twins 3.
Pitching for Minnesota.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Michael Tompkins.
Tompkins.
This could be a tough first test for him right here. His numbers against lefties aren't great this season.
And that one lifted in the air center field. And a quick out, number 1. Digging in, Ryan O'Hearn. 0 for 3 in this.
Ryan O'Hearn with a 900 OPS.
And that one.
And he's going to get a double.
That's a fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in, but he's in there easily.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right
His
there.
12th double of the year.
In a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Jordan Westberg now at the plate. Out towards right center. That's well struck.
And replace Ryan O'Hearn with Westberg. RBI double, 8-3. The Orioles get one of those runs back.
Second of the day.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but you'll take that swing and that result every time.
And first offering is fouled off. 1 out and a runner at second. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. And a foul ball. Oh, 0-2 now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there, and it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
And it's fouled away.
5-run lead going into the ninth.
Stands at second with 2 gone. Hit on the ground to short. Correa. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. The O's add 1 on an RBI double. We go to the 9th. Now it's the Twins DH, Harrison Bader. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1. That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's got a leadoff double.
He needed out.
Come on, Cano.
He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off.
Willie Castro, top of the order.
Allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
On the ground to first. Takes it himself out. Now one gone in the ninth. Now Correa up to hit. Strike one.
There it
Come on,
was.
Cano.
Here it is. Hit it.
Two more outs.
It's ahead in the count.
Swings through that one.
That was a mistake pitch. Thank God, Correa.
Struck him out looking. Now only
Nice
one out
change up at the bottom of the
Very
zone.
frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike
Now
zone
back.
extremely
Third
well.
baseman,
And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take.
And this game is going to end on an 8-3 score. The Orioles take the series from the Twins.
When you hit 5 balls out of the yard, you expect to win. Some teams live and die by the long ball. Today, these 5 homers, they really led them to victory.
Let's check out the home. Jackson Holiday. Play of the game. So we got 2 for Jackson, 1 for Gunnar. That's 5 home runs, accounting for the 8 runs in the game. Charlie I was really hoping to get through that without Cano giving up a bunch. All right, well, I will see you all next time. Thank you all for being here. Like the channel, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. See you all in the next time.